Hello, family. Let's look at this question on statistics taken from a past paper for grade 10. Okay. So on 1.1, they say the following mathematics test marks were recorded for a grade 10A class of 28 students. So they're telling me that the total frequency is how much? Is 28. Ne? So if you were to add everything here, you should get 28, right? What does frequency tell us? Frequency tells us that there are 2 learners who obtain between 0 and 30. There are 3 learners who obtain between 30 and 40, and so on and so on. Okay. And then let's discuss how we got the midpoints. So midpoints, we get them by, you go to your marks, you take 0, you add to 30. The answer that you get, you divide by 2. That should give you the 15. What is 30 plus 40? It's 70, right? Divided by 2 is 35, and so on and so on. Do you get it? So here I can see that we're going to say 60 plus 70. Let's quickly check how much that is. 60 plus 70, obviously it must be 130. So the space there will be 130, and so on and so on. Okay, and then here we can see by the heading that we're taking the midpoint and multiplying with frequency. For example, this one here, they got it by saying 2 times 15, which gave them 30. 3 times 35 gives you this. This times that must give you that. So obviously, to get this space here, we must multiply 7 by 55, right? Let's see what is 7 times 55. Okay, I usually just like to reset my calculator before I start using it, of which I advise you to do. So 7 times 55 is 385. Okay, so it's 385 there. Okay, now we explained everything. We can now go to the questions. Ne? Perfect. So they say we need to complete the table by filling in the 2 missing numbers. We did already. Calculate and estimate mean of the mark. Okay. So this is how we calculate the estimate mean. Is represented with X. You're going to get the sum of this, and then you divide by the sum of that. Ne? That is your estimate mean. So we need to add everything there. Okay, let's do that. So it's 30 plus 105 plus 495 plus 385 plus 195 plus 150 plus 0, which is, yeah, okay. And then that gives me 1360. Then the total here will be 28, right? Because they already told us there, but you can take it on a calculator to verify it. Awesome. So divided by 28 should give us our estimate mean. Sometimes they'll say approximate mean. Eh? Sometimes they'll say approximate mean. Okay. You do the same thing. Okay, perfect. So now we have to divide this by 28, which gives us 48.57. Okay. That 48.57. Awesome. And that should be your answer for the estimate mean. Okay. So now they want us to represent the information on a frequency polygon. Okay, a frequency polygon. On the y-axis, you must have your frequency, right? Frequency must be there. And then on the x-axis, you have your marks. Ne? You have your marks. Awesome. So this is x-axis, that is the y-axis. Ne? Awesome. So I'm going to check now. Frequency, the highest is 11, right? The highest frequency is 11. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to choose a scale. 11, I can easily go up in ones, right? So my 1 will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Then the other thing that I need you to advise, always have a title. Ne? You can say what? Frequency, polygon, or what? Mathematics, or you can just say maths test marks, ne? For grade 10A. So, but it doesn't have to be exactly in these words that I've put, but just have a heading or a title for any sketch that you make, ne? Especially in statistics. Perfect. And then now I'm gonna check the marks. So I have 0, 30, 30, 40. So I can see that I can go up in tens here, basically, see? So it's gonna be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Awesome. So now I can start plotting. But a frequency polygon, we need the midpoints of the marks, not necessarily the marks, the midpoints of the marks. So for example, 2 will go with 15. 2 goes with 15, which is somewhere there. Do you see it? And then let's see. Okay, so let's see. And then now we can proceed, right? Let's see here. Sure. So 3 will go with 35, right? So 3 must go with 35. Okay. 30 is here, 35 is there. Perfect. And then I can see that 11 will go with 45. Okay. So 11, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 is somewhere there. Right. Then I can see that 7 will go with 55. So 7, 10. So you go to 7, then you start counting. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 must be somewhere there in the center. And then I can see that 3 will go with 130. Okay, I need to increase. No. Actually, here we made a mistake, guys. It's 130 divided by 2, which must be 65. Ne? Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Sharp. So now we are going to have 3 going with 65. Okay. So 3 and 65. So this is 40, 50, 60. 65 is there. And then we're going to have 2 and 75. So 2 and 75, 70 is there. 75 is there. And then we have 0 and 90. Okay. So 0 is there. Then 90 is there. And then you're going to join all the lines, straight line, all the points, all the dots must be joined together. So I'm going to join them. So this one and that one. Obviously, I'm not having a ruler, so my lines are not going to be straight. But yeah, you guys, you're going to make them straight. Then there. Oh, sorry, we have to do this one first. That one going up. Then we're going to come here. Then you go to that one. You go to that one. You go to that one. So you're joining the points, you're creating straight lines, joining the points together. Does make sense? Then this should be your frequency polygon. Okay, perfect. So now we left with the last two questions. Ne? Okay, I'll just clear everything since we're not gonna need it. If you'll need to write anything down, just pause the video and write and proceed. Right. Perfect. So we want to clear all. Now let's go to 1.4. So on 1.4, we want the intervals now, right? So they're asking us in which interval. So our answers obviously must come from those intervals there. That's the median line. Okay, I'll show you something now. Remember median? Median is Q2, right? Is the middle quartile. So it's 50% of the data. Ne? Just 50% of the total data is how much? Is 28, right? So median is 50% of 28, which is 14, I think, right? 14th term, ne? So, okay, and then from there, we need a class where the 14 is gonna be at. Ne? I'll show you how to do that. Ne? I'll show you now. So what you do is you do this. You're looking at the frequencies, right? Obviously, the first one is 2. So 14 is way bigger than 2. So it cannot be in that one. It's out. Then you're going to add the next frequency. Plus 3, we get how much? 5. So it cannot be in the first or the second because the answer that we get when we add them is still smaller than what? Still smaller than 14. Eh? Still smaller than 14. So basically, this is let's do this. This is out, and then that is out. Now we're going to do the third one. You keep on adding until you get a number bigger than 14. So 11. I get 16, which is bigger than 14. Do you see it? So this must be my what? My interval that I'm looking for. So the median must lie in this interval then, which is 40 x and then 50. Okay. And then if you can observe, this is the highest frequency on the table, right? Sometimes they'll ask you about the modal class. Ne? The modal class is the class where you get this highest frequency. So your modal class will also be there. The modal class is the class where you're looking for the highest frequency. That makes sense. Okay. Since I've started talking about quartiles, let's just find the intervals for quartile 1 and 3 as well. Ne? So Q1, remember, is 25% of the data. So 25% of 28, right? Let's check quickly on the calculator. I think it should be 6, but yeah, let's confirm. So 25 shift percent of 28 is 7. Okay. So it should be 7. Perfect. So what we do, it means we are on the 7th term. Ne? 7th term. If you observe, your Q1 and your Q2 will be lying in the same interval. That makes sense. Because when I add this, I get 2. So 2 is out because I need something above 7. This plus that gives me, this 2, when I add them, gives me 5, which is still lower than 7. And then I need, when I add this, I get 11. So the Q1 or lower quartile also lies in this interval, right? 40 x and then 50. Do you see it? Make sure you copy it exactly the same way it's written then, otherwise they'll penalize you. Okay, now let's do Q3, which is the upper quartile, which is 75% of the data. The data is 28. Ne? And then we do this now. Oh, sorry. We do this. I want to erase this part. Sharp. So now let's get 75% of that. It's 21. Okay. So they say it must be on the 21th position. 21st. 21st term. Perfect. Now let's check what is the 21st term. In which class does it fall into? Okay, we're going to start adding again. So 2 and 3 will be out, obviously. Let's check 2 plus 3. So those are out, and then I have to add 11 plus 11, which is the third one. It's 16. So it's still less than 21. So this is out, right? Now I have to add the 7. 7 gives me 23. This is the first interval to be bigger than 21. Does make sense? So it means my Q3 is in this interval here. Okay, perfect. So my Q3 will be in that interval, which is 50, x, then 60. Awesome. Then we're done with this question. I just showed you how to do Q1 and Q3 as well using group data, right? And then the last one, they want the 80th percentile. It's also easy, like we just do the same thing that we've been doing, but we want to do 80% of the data now, because they say the 80th percentile. So 80% of 28. Let's see how much it will be. Let's see. So what 80% of 28 is gonna be how much? Let's see. 22.4. 22.4, okay? And then if you remember well, on this interval here we had 23, right? Here we had 16, so this will be out, but here we had 23 when we added a 7. Right, so our 80th percentile, 80th percentile will be in this interval as well, right? So it will be 50, x, and then 60. And then, yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Please share with family and friends. And don't forget to hit the subscription button. Have a great evening. Aluta continua. Tango.